Good morning, everyone. Let me repeat that. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to start off and apologize to the group because the last time I presented, I mentioned that I was going to do a video. But what I failed to mention is that I needed a certain amount of videos in order to create the video. So I did not say, whoever sends it in. So anyway, I didn't create the video because I was expecting it to be a little bit longer. So I apologize for doing that. All right, got that out of the way.
We'll do better. Give us
We'll
another
do better.
chance, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, JD,
Yes.
don't ever apologize, because I sent you a video and it was a really good exercise for me to do that
Oh, good.
step. So don't apologize.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot, actually. So today, though, it is also based around the iPhone, but we'll get to that. So you guys all know me, specialize in video, but I've been in the visual communications industry for over 30 years. And so I know a thing or two about design, video, photography, and I absolutely just love what I do. I work every day, but I do take time off throughout the week whenever I want to. But I'm always thinking about things. Like I mentioned last Tuesday, seeing those crows go by and the sound that they produced is like, it was incredible. So anyway, but what I wanted to present today is more about your cell phone, the power in your pocket. It is very powerful. And I hope that I can give you a little bit more about the camera, whether you have an iPhone or Android, it doesn't really matter. They all should have the same things, which is, these things I'm going to be talking about today: time lapse, slow-mo, video, photo, portrait, and pano. So this is a 30,000 foot view. But in creating this presentation, I went, oh my God, I can do a presentation on each one of these. And especially in a photo, there's subsections of photo that I can just explore into. So I'm going to be presenting a lot when there's little gaps in the lineup. So I'm going to skip over about me, who I am, because I think you guys all know. I will say this: split personality of creativity. I started in business management at Edmonds Community College. My dad was a manager at the Snohomish County PUD, and I was like his, little mini me. He taught me a lot about business. I've always been creative from when I was ushered into the world by my mom. And so in 2018, I saw there's a lot more that I can offer people. And so that's why I started my business. So a couple testimonials from people. This photo, I just want to say, this photo was taken at one of St. Michelle's corporate events. There was 300 salespeople. They flew in, and I got to shoot for 3 nights down in Seattle at these events. And I just absolutely love doing that because I get to wander around. People leave me alone, or I can go and interject myself and chat and meet people and talk. But I like to just get shots of people. They don't even know what's going on. This was shooting. She was ordering wine or getting some wine, and I shot through these wine glasses. So that's the blurry part. And this is called bokeh. Just, you can use that at your next cocktail party, bokeh. And I photographed Tina Tang, her headshot. She's with Paris Blue Photography. She's an amazing photographer. If you don't know who she is, I'd recommend looking her up, parisblue.com. She's an amazing, fun woman. She looks like she might whoop your ass, but she's just a sweetheart. So with that, I'm going to jump into the main presentation. So again, this is based off the iPhone, but you guys, I think you know where your camera is on whatever phone you have. And I want to talk a little bit about what each one of these things is: time lapse, slow-mo, video, photo, portrait, and pano, just to give you a sense of maybe I could try this, during a party. Let me do a time lapse and see what it looks like. And a time lapse, you do want to have your phone stationary, hooked up somehow to a tripod or whatever else. But the gist of a time lapse is that it's pictures that are strung together and made into a video. So you set your phone to a certain determined length of time, 5 seconds, 1 second, or 2 seconds for the iPhone. I don't know what it is for the other phones, but it takes a picture every half second. Let's just say a minute or a second. Every second, it will take a photo. So if you're taking a picture of downtown Seattle and you see the cars go by, it's going to take a picture every 1 second. And if you want to have a 60-second photo, I don't know, I'm not very good at math, but is that 1,400 photos or whatever? I mean, or 24 minutes, I think it would be that you would be standing there to create a 60-second video. But when you see the video at a second, you might see a car go by, it will take a picture, and then you'll get a tail end of that car. Whereas if it's 2 seconds, you might get a picture of the car, but then you won't see it again. So if you're going to be taking a 2-second interval time lapse, it's going to be more jarring, but it's going to be a cool video effect. A lot of photographers and videographers will use this for landscapes, especially when there's a lot of clouds in the sky. And that's when you get a really cool effect where you see these clouds go by. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's jarring. Sometimes it's very smooth. But anyway, it's a really cool effect. So I would try that out and see what happens. And if you guys interrupt me, if you do have questions about what I'm talking about here. Slow motion, you guys all know what that is. But basically what you're doing is you're adding pictures into 1 second amount of time. So a movie in the movie theater is almost every movie is made at 24 frames a second. So imagine setting your camera at 120 frames a second. The amount of information that's in that video is pretty staggering. That gives you the option as a videographer to slow that video down to however slow we want to make it. If you create a slow motion video in your phone, it's just going to be slow motion. You don't need to do anything. It's already there. But if we take that out and I put it into a timeline, I can slow it down 80%. I can slow it down 40% to specifically grab that piece of video that I want. For example, I watch a lot of videos on skateboarders, and they'll rush up and jump up the whatever they call it,
The ramp. Yeah.
the ramp, yeah, and then go into slow motion. You get to see the board flipping and then go back into real time again. So you can choose what you're doing. When you take one for yourself, you just get that full video unless you know how to edit it in your phone. But 240 frames a second, you have a lot of detail in that slow motion, which is very cool. Having your girl go down or your granddaughter go down the slide, or they pop a balloon or something, there's a lot you can do with slow motion. Video, again, we all know what the results are video, but what I want to tell you guys about is basically what the standard is in most phones is 1080p, and basically what that means is pixels, 1080 pixels vertical. It's 1920 pixels wide, but at 30 frames a second. So the default is this middle one right here. But this is standard in your guys' phones, is 720 is your really kind of boxy video. A lot of people don't even use that anymore. 1080p is standard, but a lot of phones also have 4K. And basically what 4K means is you're doubling the size of the 1080p. So what that means for me is when I bring that 4K video into my video timeline, it's twice as big. And if I have a subject that's kind of small that I take, it's going to be much bigger. And I can move that picture around to place the subject exactly where I want it. For you guys, if you were to set your phone at this, it's just going to be overkill. It's going to be too much information. It's going to take up a lot more space on your phone. And so I would recommend just the default. I don't think you guys need to worry about that. Photo. The gist of this, and this is something I did in my last presentation, is I want you guys to think about what's in the frame before you shoot it. Like I said before, most people, what they'll do is they'll put the camera up to their face, vertical, take the picture, and they're done. Just take that extra second or two just to look at what else is around inside your frame, not just your subject. There could be distracting things in the background. So if you just move 2 degrees, they're going to be out of the frame and you're going to see your subject. Is it up high? You can see the screen if you bring it up high or down low, and you're going to improve your photo just like that. For iPhone, people that have iPhones, there is this down arrow at the top of your photo. I don't know if you can see my cursor. If you click that, you get all these extra little things down here, options. This is flash. You can turn your flash on. So I've said many times before, if you're going to take a photo of somebody and the sun is behind them, they're going to be dark. And that's just, or if you're inside the house and you're looking out of a window, whatever's inside that room is going to be dark. But if you turn your flash on, that's going to light up your scene and you're going to get the detail outside as well. So there's times where turning that flash on is going to really help. And here's a night scene where you hit this button and it improves the blocks of your night scene. Live view, I don't know if other phones have this, but live view, I hate live view. It's like a second video, but it's a photo. So what you're seeing is the end result of your photo or of your video. But if you guys have seen that bounce technique in TikTok or whatever else, that's a live view photo. It just goes back and forth of that second video. And in presenting this or preparing for this presentation, I found how to turn this off because every time I would have to click this button off live view. So I was a happy camper finding that out.
How did you do it, JD?
What's that?
How did you do it? I've been fighting that lately.
It was by clicking this button, seeing this menu down here, and if you click on this live view, it has default and it's on, so you can just turn it off.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that's also going to save a little bit of space on your phone because it's a second video.
Right on.
Yeah, this is contrast. You can set your timer. So if you're doing a family shoot and you have your phone, you have to have it propped up somehow. But for iPhone, it's I think 3 seconds and 10 seconds timer. And then there's one more option that is like a photo technique that has color. So you could have vivid color, black and white, vintage style. There's like 6 different options. So I look at this kind of stuff and I'm going, I'm going to set it on, vintage style. I'm just going to shoot photos when I'm out on a walk and just see what they look like. So play with this and see what comes out when you're out shooting stuff. It's great. Portrait should be under photo. It's more photo options. But it's a little bit more kind of staged photos. You have natural light, studio contour, stage light. Stage light is kind of cool because it's almost like you're on the spotlight and it's all dark around you. High key light mono is black and white, but it's like a white vignette versus a dark vignette. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. And then pano, I think you all know what pano is, but I was down at Anthony's wood fire in Everett, the Everett Marina. And my wife and I were, having a martini, and we looked outside and saw this insane scene. I said, I got to take a picture of that. And so, of course, I took it horizontal, but then it went, wait a minute, pano, I got to get 180 degree of this. And it was just this incredible photo. And these things are huge. These things are like 40 inches wide. So there's a lot you could print this. You could probably increase it a little bit more and print a canvas of this and have that, So if you guys want to talk more, please contact me. Ask me questions. How do I do this? What do you think about this photo? How can I improve it? Contact me. Phone number. This is text as well. I'm on LinkedIn as JDS Creative, and then YouTube JDS-Creative. And thanks, man. I appreciate it. I hope that you got something from this. There you go.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And yeah, and you guys, I'm going to be diving deeper into this, all these different types of photos and video things and what they do. So I hope that I can kind of inspire you to take photos in the times coming up. There you go.
Love it, man.
That was quick. I apologize. Could have gone deeper since we don't have too many people in here, but anyway, thanks for listening.
Right on the money, man. Love it.
Perfect.
Good work, JD.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we have some new additions here. Simone and Spag joined us here, and Amp had to step out. He's coming back in a second. So I'm surprised to see Simone. You're like underwater, woman, until it's not October 15th yet.
I know, but JD was very enrolling. I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Oh, I hope I didn't let you down, because I did put
it was great.
It up. But I thank you for being here. I got your message. So thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
All right, Amp had to step away. So here's the deal. So, and we don't have any company, so we can kind of roll through this here. But this came about just kind of spontaneously in the pre-meeting chatter. When we go around the horn, hi Pam. Pam's driving somewhere. When we're coming around the corner, what's your theme song of you? If JD's doing a video, you walking down the street, what is your background music? Think of something here. So you can change it later. So something to think about. Let's start with who's really struggling here. Let's see. Let me see. Look, Anthony's he's thinking hard, man. So all right, Anthony, start us off, bud. Tell us what's going on and give us your theme song. So you got stuff happening.
God, yeah, this past weekend was very eventful. I was down at Green River College at a OT conference, talking with students and networking with educators. So that was good. Just bringing more awareness. I know this is signs of the times, and people having a lot of questions on how changes are going to impact my business, how are they going to impact my lifestyle and home. And it's just good to, like I said, have an advocate that you can bounce these questions off of. How many has made a decision uninformed? It either costs you more time than what you plan on investing or more money. So I strongly advise that you get somebody in that area of profession like photography or bookkeeping and seek that information. And I'm trying to buy time to try to figure out a song. But
what's the first one that comes to mind?
God, Oh, I listened to this one song. It has a snippet of Rocky at the beginning of it. And he has a speech in Creed. And I just love that. I love that conversation where he talks about, it's go out and get what you're worth. If you know what you're worth, then go out and get it. So I like that. I like that conversation. So it's kind of like my pep talk I have with myself in the morning. If you know your worth, go and get it. Anthony up first with the
is
ID
there a
show on
lyric
music.
to that? I gotta go. We'll figure.
I'll have to
All
find.
right,
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
come
have to-
back.
yeah,
We'll come back.
yeah,
So, all right,
yeah.
cool. All right, Miss Morella, want to get you quick. Get your lipstick working. Let's hear what's happening today. So
Yeah. I can't think of a theme song. I've been listening a lot to, her name is Patty Griffin. She's kind of a old timey country singer. So if you guys want to check her out, she's awesome. And I just love her vibe and the kind of stuff she talks about. So, that's it. Do
what's
you
going
have
on?
anything else?
These
I had a really cool experience on Friday. There's a not very attractive picture of me on my Facebook page, but Friday evening I went to a conference for Rotary, and Rotary has its very first female international president ever.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. And her name is Jennifer Jones, and she's from Canada. And it was really funny. I was able to, I did a donation thing. So anyway, I got to be up on the stage, right? And we got this long email about, there's a lot of people, do not talk to her, do not, just all of this. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I walk up there and she grabs me and she's like, I love your dress. And she like totally, I was so flustered. I didn't even know what to say. But anyway, she's a very, very, very accomplished and amazing woman. But that was really cool. So anyway, that was kind of a fun thing to do on Friday night.
One of the first times because I have sort of Forrest and I each have sort of.
Oh yeah, you're in Rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'd seen her watch the videos about her, she's dressed to the nines from the ankles up and wearing sneakers, man. That woman is getting shit done.
She's awesome. And yeah, and she spoke for quite some time and showed all of her, a lot of videos of places she's gone and heads of states she's talked to, and she just really gets in it. And it's just, she's really, really amazing. And, she's not afraid to hug anyone. And, she goes to a lot of tough places in the world and has tough conversations with people. And, she's amazing.
She's an inspiration.
She very much is. So, So.
All right. Well, speaking of tough and huggable, Doug, what's going on today, bud?
Just feeling a little tough, a little huggable.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, Anthony put his real song in the chat, so feel free to augment your update if you have one there. So.
All right. Well, I'm working on my song, but I was doing some executive coaching, and one of my clients was an accountant, and some of you will remember this, but he goes, "You won't be able to get this song out of your head. There's a knock on the door."
Oh man, that's not even right, dude.
So I know. And then all day long you're going, "Oh my God, it's still in my head."
Yeah, that's annoying.
Anyway,
that's annoying.
It is indeed. I don't know what else I have to say on a song. Things are going well. Getting into more people that are feeling the pinch these days and really want to get on top of things. So that's been my focus, is helping people get really intentional on their finances. And it may not be my song, but my signature karaoke song is Mac the Knife.
Oh, there it is. That works. That works for your soundtrack walking down the street. That's kind of badass, man. Yeah.
A little old school.
Old is good. All right. Spag, I know you're out there, man. I saw you come and go twice. Speak to me, brother. Come on, man. Phil, light it up. You just gonna stalk us? That's kind of creepy, man. Whatever. God. All right. Any volunteers here? So Veronica, wake up. Oh, Forrest, you're next, bud.
All right.
Good morning, Veronica.
Good
Okay.
morning. Hi.
Give us an update and tell us your theme.
An update. What's going on? Well, pretty busy lately. We have some client situations that always, I revert to this group of people, mostly working with a lot of you, working with seniors, and they are not prepared. They are not prepared. It's crazy, the crisis that we see, and how families is scramble to get things in place, and how much they don't know, and how much our job is to educate. They don't know what benefits they have, or if they're have the right setup for Medicare, for Medicaid, for they don't that even their private insurance that they're paying, they don't know what it covers and what not, and they're looking for care at the last minute, and it's just insane. So yeah, and it doesn't matter if they are, their social background or education level, or is, financial situation. We see this all over the board. There are people that are highly, highly educated, and they still, when they are in a crisis and things happens, they don't know what to do. So, anyway, so, and song, it's very personal, but my sister, for my 50th birthday, so my sister and I, we were only two siblings. She lives in Buenos Aires, and I live here. So, we see each other maybe every couple of years sometimes. She did a amazing video. She put together a whole video just made with pictures of us growing up. And of course, she was super, I don't know how she did this, but beautiful quotes. And the theme song was My Way. So that was a gift to me. And oh my gosh, every time I see that, I cry like crazy.
Well, we like to cry. You should share the video. So we're all a bunch of criers here. So
it's just beautiful, and yeah, and the people that know me well and know me why, they will understand why. My Way.
Love it.
By Frank Sinatra. So
thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, Forrest, try to keep it together. You and I will choke back the tears, but to give us a minute and see what's going on here.
Well,
he's
walking down the street in New York City. I'm walking down the street acting like I know what I'm doing with a cowboy hat on. And this song was playing. Now, the problem is that was moments before I got rolled by 5 young black teenagers. And they tried to grab a gold chain I had off my neck. I turned down and looked at them, and they just said, "So what are you going to do?" It was a education. I am neither a night owl nor am I a New York a streetwise kid. See, so but I'll tell you one thing. Once in a while, I get the good fortune as a real estate broker to help people really do something. And there's a wonderful young woman named Megan. Hi, Jessica. Megan, who we were scouting a house. And as I did the homework on the house, there is so many problems with the title, with the boundary lines, with the septic, these kind of things. And I said, you know what? We're just not going there. We're not going there. She just lit up with appreciation. And we're going to go see some other homes. But I think there's times when my experience comes through in a nice way and helps somebody steer around problems. And it's kind of beautiful that way. It's really part of my thriving past 50. This project I'm working on, The Ageless Path, it's about thriving past 50. How do we look at these turning points of our life and appreciate our own wisdom and our own ability to help and reach out there? So that's me for today.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Ready?
And Amp just asked again, what's the song question? What's your soundtrack? Walking down the street. So
walking down the street, baby.
By the way, check out check out the Jet because I'm a big fan of Alabama Shake. So like I can tell my neighbor, we're like vibing on all kind of levels here. But I mean, the Bee Gees they're killing it still. So we had Simone, light it up.
And just before Simone does, I see Spags is on camera now.
Yep, that looks suspicious. So we'll.
Good morning. Let's see. My soundtrack. Don't laugh, but it's probably Cashmere.
Oh, look at you.
It's probably Cashmere. And I listen to
be
lots
more
of pop,
specific.
but that's it. And then around here, we're just finishing up the tax season. I've gotten a few frantic calls. I've gotten a few calls like, can you please redo it? I don't understand. So around here, we will explain it. I had a gentleman call yesterday and the prior tax person had made him feel, his mom had passed away and made him feel stupid. So he called and said, I need you to tell me how to do X. I was like, just tell me what you need. So I spent like 15 minutes and that's all he needed. It would have been more of a hassle to set him up as a client. So, and then at the end of the call, he said, thank you. And he's somebody who was housebound in a wheelchair.
Oh,
so that's why I have a business is I can, I have some really great clients and we charge them. And every once in a while, somebody calls and actually needs something like that. We do that.
that's what I'd refer to you. Beautiful.
That's it for me.
Yay. All right, Spag, we haven't seen you in a minute. I'll give you a minute to catch up, dude. Where are you, first of all?
I'm in a casino.
Obviously.
in Las Vegas. I'm at the Mirage. We've got 2 big conventions this week, one for real estate, one for automotive. So just down here hanging out with the people that are much wealthier than I. But no, just having a good time. My theme song I put in the chat, Notorious by, Hypnotized by Notorious B.I.G. That's my walk up. But just having a great time in the credit world. It's busy as you can all imagine with the ever-changing world that we live in. But still, just the passion of helping people is what we love doing.
All right, good to see you back, man. Be safe out there. I appreciate you. Ms. Kolesnikov, good morning.
Hello all. Good to see you guys. Yeah, sorry I have been missing a couple meetings and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I apart from coaching and helping people with their careers, I also serve as an instructor in my alma mater. So I have had students and I have been delivering some lectures on motivation, which is fun. I got to do that like once a year for a few days, but always I really had a very, very good group. Like I think that was even first time in my life when everybody was present. Like normally you will have a few students missing, but this time all 20 were there and they were talking. And like, this is a dream come true, honestly. So I still have a few more to give. So I'll be on and off in October and November. And as for the song, what comes to my mind is a song by Sia. It's called Unstoppable. Really good.
I love that song.
Thank you, Allison. It really gives you a very good nudge everywhere you need it.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Good to see you. The man called Amp. Give us something, brother.
Appreciate it, BV. So been thinking a lot about the songs because, working in music and growing up as a 90s kid whose mom loved professional wrestling, entrance themes are a large part of what I focus on. So I've got as a kind of a get me in the mood for my football broadcasts. I've actually been listening to Till I Collapse by Eminem. So bit of a surprise there, but it gets me in the zone. But as far as my theme, I've been going with The Sound of Madness by Shinedown for a while. Just that driving power drums and the screaming metal guitar. Yes, sir. As far as everything else goes, I put in the chat that we've basically finished up our renovations at KRKO and KXA's world headquarters, or as we call it now, North Sound Media. And I would love for each and every one of you to set up a time to just come and check it out. Best views in Everett, and we look like a real media company. So check that out. I have got sidelines of football on KRKO this Friday, so I've only done that about 3 or 4 times. So if you want to laugh at me trying to find out the injury situations of 15-year-old kids, it's 95.3. 1380, excuse me, or krko.com. Peace.
Right. Good job. The Jet, bring it in.
All right. So my song is Don't Want to Fight by Alabama Shakes, which might seem a little bit ironic for an attorney to love a song called Don't Want to Fight. But that's truly how I think I kind of operate my practice is, I don't really see even like disputes between people. I don't really see it as a fight. I see us trying to find a resolution that's kind of going to work for everybody and obviously, favorable to my client. But I think usually what's best for everyone, and my client included, is trying to find those good resolutions without just fighting and the back and forth. It doesn't really get people anywhere. So when I'm into, litigation situations, that's what I do. And then the other times I'm doing awesome, fun estate planning and some probates and more transactional real estate matters. So yeah, that's me.
It's like you had this presentation. So my song is, and this is why. That's how smooth Jessica is in a client meeting, you guys. In case you want to bring an estate planning attorney with you, I recommend her. So, all right.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. Speaking of smooth, Mr. Smiles, Isaac, you're up, man. Give us a story.
Oh my, not nearly as smooth as that was. It seemed like you guys had a prearranged.
It's like we rehearsed it, right?
Yeah, no, that was pretty impressive. So Isaac Van Rensburg, Care Builders at Home. We provide comprehensive non-medical care for people to help them stay at home. I have a constant companion these days. She's very attached, which I like.
You.
Yeah. I would a theme song. I'm a big Avid Brothers fan. The Head Full of Doubt, Road Full of Promise. Don't know how many of you know that song, but specifically on the lyrics, it strikes many emotional chords. About there's always that whisper that makes you wonder if you can do it, but if you let the bird out of the cage, it can soar. Yeah, really enjoy that.
Thank you, man. See, I want all you guys to see why I ask these weird questions. Sometimes stuff comes out that is really juicy. That was good. Thank you, man. So
yeah.
Love it. Allison, you got a lot going on over there, woman. You're like multitasking all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I took one kid to school and now the next one is still here with me and I'll take her to school in a few hours. So that's just the life. And I must really be comfortable with you guys because this is me with no makeup. So, but yeah, so my song came to me pretty much instantly. And I'm actually surprised no one has said this one because this is such a good like kick butt song, but Eye of the Tiger is definitely mine.
Oh, of course.
I just, it gets me fired up when I hear it at our conferences. We do, they play this song to recognize different people. And actually, so the reason I mainly thought of this though, was years ago when I was selling Cutco knives of all things. I got this award and I was the only one to receive it out of everybody there. And there were hundreds of people there. And so I called my parents and told them about it. And they, I guess this was like before all the airport security, but they were literally waiting for me with a boom box playing this song. So like I'm walking through the airport with some of my coworkers and I start hearing this song. I'm like, I wonder what's going on. And then I turn the corner and there are my parents standing there with this boom box playing.
I love them. That is brilliant. That you can't have any other song but that now.
No.
Anybody
So,
not know what a
yep, love it.
boombox is? Let's check our millennial. What's a boombox? So anyway, I love.
Yeah,
them.
not a Bluetooth speaker.
For what it's worth, I was about to look up the link to was it Say Anything? Just hold up the boombox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta have it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, other than that, holiday season is fast approaching. It's kind of one of those things where it's October and then all of a sudden it's end of November, I feel. And so if people are looking to do gifts for friends and family or for clients or staff, I would love to help with that. I can have a lot of fun putting together different customized gift baskets for that.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I know you got to get things done today, so let's get in here and give us your update, brother.
Yeah. So sorry I was late, guys. I was the Bothell. I'm a part of the on the executive board for the Bothell Kenmore Chamber, and it was our executive director's last board meeting. So I had to make sure that I was there for that. But I wanted to make sure that when that meeting was over, I came in and joined you guys. So are we talking about songs that get
Your
us up and
soundtrack. You're
going?
walking down the street. You're going down, just trucking down Bothell. What's your soundtrack, man?
Oh man, I've been listening to a lot of reggae lately. So the Movement, the Green, Common Kings.
One song, dude. Come on
oh
now.
gosh, I would say No Worry by the Movement.
There we go. Okay.
That's a good one. That's one that'll just kind of, I don't know, get you moving, I guess. But yeah, so Ryan Mills, Banner Bank, here to help out with any business banking, business loans, lines of credit, home equity lines of credit, anything you need to help keep you moving. So let me know if you have any questions. Ryan Mills, Banner Bank. Thank you.
Love it. Jojo, talk to us.
Okay, so I think I've shared this song before, but it's still on repeat with me, and it's "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
With I think it's "Be the Change," and all these different artists from all over the world chime in together, and it's amazing. I don't know how they did the video because it's so clear and so right on.
It's playing for change. Yeah, playing for change.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it's so good. And so many crazy things going on in the world right now, and it just seems such an appropriate song. So thank you, Veronica, for what you said, because it's so right on with what seniors are facing, what we're all facing, and just, you want to be there to help folks. So that's what I'm all about too. So yeah, so helping people maneuver through the Medicare maze is what I do, and find the right roadmap for what they need in their health insurance. So I just want to bring simplicity to all of the confusion and help folks figure out what they need. So
Well, let's restate that. She wants to bring simplicity to all the confusion. Set to the music of "What's Going On" by Playing for Change. So let's just let that be the theme for the day. That should just echo through the whole day. So for every one of us. So beautiful.
Thanks, Brian.
JD, you get to play too, man. What's up?
All right. Theme song is Humans Being by Van Halen. The one with Sammy Hagar. I never really liked him in Van Halen, but this song, when I watched the movie Twister, it's like, I want to be in that group. I mean, that's exactly what I want. And then that song comes on. It's like, that is me right there. So Humans Being. Yeah. There you go.
That's telling. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Pam, what do you got?
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
That was legit,
of the
girl.
world.
On your pitch is decent. I mean, our musicians are going to give you props here. There it is. That's how to
Dude,
represent
it's-
right there. So
It's morning, and for all of you professional musicians, Steve Mason, I sincerely apologize. That was coffee voice. Anyway, that's my song, man. That's my song.
I love it. Well, bring it in. Coming in strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and champions. Yeah. yeah, if you want to like, feel good about yourself, I mean, you can almost like not help but feel fantastic after listening to that song,
which is kind of my
singing
point.
it to yourself, So anyway, yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. Thank you, JD, for an awesome presentation as always. Love your practical and creative and caring tips. And yeah, I'm Pam Hurst, Arms Reach. We specialize in helping through any out of the ordinary circumstance that you weren't expecting. And believe it or not, no matter what happens, you can get by with a little help from your friends, a whole other song. But you everyone out there, you guys are way more champion than you ever knew, and that's including in those out of the ordinary circumstances. That's what I am learning. Excuse me, that's what I'm learning today. So
good lessons. Well, we should record this whole we should have been recorded. Did I turn it off? I didn't turn it off. Holy crap. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go ahead and thank you